CBS. A man walked into a bar, put his dog up on the bar, and said, watch this. The bartender said, I'm sorry, I don't want you to have time for fun and games. He said, what? Wait. He said, Barty, what is it that's on top of a house? And Barty goes, roof. The bartender says, yeah. He says, wait. He says, Barty, how is it that sandpaper feels? Barty goes, rough. The bartender says, look, I told you, I don't have any time here. The man says, no, wait. He says, Barty, who is it that's the best baseball player of all time? Barty goes, roof. And with that, the bartender grabs Barty by the collar, grabs the man by the collar, and throws them both outside. Well, sitting in the gutter, Barty looks up at his master, goes, DiMaggio? As usual, fire marshal wants you to know there's another door in the back, the washer's in the back, the water cooler's in the back. Landlord wants you to know there's another parking lot to the north and east of here. It's flat, it's level, it's limited access. There must be 60 spaces back there. You'll never have a problem parking when you come to the Comedy Playhouse. And I want you to know in the front corner are the concessions. There's water, there's soda, there's candy, there's chips. It's all $1. Buy something. Stimulate my economy. I'll tell you a secret. Up in the freezer compartment of the refrigerator, the little box up on top, there's Snickers and peanut butter cups. It takes care of you like I do. Now, next concession is the wine. The wine, as usual, is complimentary. It's on the house. Cheers to my theater friends, guaranteed to make the play funnier. And next to the wine is a sign-up sheet. If you'd like to be part of our mailing list, find out what's playing here, what's coming up next, a little about the actors, probably a joke or two. Give me your name and your email address. I'll add you to the list. It goes out once a month. I don't sell the list. I don't share the list. It's strictly between you and me. Now, you're part of the deal. If you like what you see here, help me sell and tell your friends. Because that's how theater succeeds in this town, is word of mouth. And I promise you, when you walk through my door, you can expect 2 hours, give or take, of light comedy or mystery, presented with as much verve and gusto as I and my cast can muster. So help me sell. Tell your friends. Now, a policeman was questioning a jewelry store owner who had just been robbed. And the owner said, oh, officer, it was terrible. They had an elephant. He pushed his way through the doors. And then he smashed the jewelry cases with his trunk, and then the elephant took the jewelry with his trunk. The policeman said, really? He said, yes. He said, well, was it an African elephant or an Asian elephant? The jewelry style reporter said, well, what's the difference? He said, well, an African elephant has large ears, and an Asian elephant has small ears. And the owner said, I couldn't tell. He had a stocking over his head. And now, George Bernard Shaw's Candida.
Another lecture?
Yes, the Hoxton Freedom Group wants me to address them on Sunday morning. What are they?
Communist anarchists, I think.
It's like an anarchist to not know he can't have a parson on Sunday morning. Tell them to come to church if they want to hear me, or to do some good. Now, tell them I can only see them on Mondays and Thursdays. Have you got the diary then?
Yes.
Do I have a lecture on for Monday?
Tower Hamlets Radical Club.
What Thursday?
English Land Restoration Committee.
What next?
Guild of St. Matthew on Monday. Independent Labour Party, Greenwich branch on Thursday. Monday, Social Democratic Federation, Mile End branch. Thursday, first confirmation class. Oh, I should tell them you can't come. They are only half a dozen ignorant, conceited peddlers without 5 shillings between them.
It's gone. They are near relatives of mine.
Relatives of yours?
Yes. We have the same father. In heaven.
Oh, is that all?
You don't believe it. Everyone says it, no one believes it. Well, come, Miss Proserpina. I'm trying to place for our head. What about the 25th? That was vacant day before yesterday.
Engaged Fabian Society.
And the 28th is called too.
City dinner. You're invited to dine with the Founders Club.
No. I can see the Hawks Group of Freedom instead. Morning, Lexi. Late again, as usual.
I'm afraid so. Oh, I wish I could get up in the morning.
Watch and pray, Lexi. Watch and pray.
I know, but how can I watch and pray when I'm asleep? Is that so, Miss Prossy?
Miss Garnett, if you please.
I beg your pardon, Miss Garnett.
You've got to do all the work today.
Why?
Never mind why. It will do you good to earn your supper for once, in a way as I do before you eat it. Come, don't dawdle. You should have been off on your rounds half an hour ago.
Is she in earnest, Morel?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I am going to daughter instead.
You don't know how.
No. Yes, I've got all the days myself. Well, at least the 4. My wife's coming back. She's due here at 11:45.
Coming back already with the children. I thought they would stay to the end of the month.
So they are. She's only coming back for a few days to get some flannel things for Jimmy, see how we're getting on without him.
But my dear Morel, when Jimmy and Blondie had with Scarlatina, do you think it's
Scarlatina? Nonsense! German measles. Right? I should know. I've watched this house myself. I've got a school. A parson is like a surgeon, my good man. He must face infection as a soldier faces bullets. Get the measles, Lexi. Oh, get the measles, and she will nurse you. Well, at least luck I'll leave you, eh?
So hard to understand you about Mrs. Morel.
Get married. Get married to a good woman, and then you'll understand. That is a foretaste of what will be the best in this kingdom of heaven we're trying to establish here on earth. That will kill you as a daughter. An honest man wants to repay her for every hour of happiness with her good spell of hard, unselfish work to make others happy. No more right to consume happiness without producing it than we do to consume wealth without producing it. I get a wife like my Candida. You'll always be in arrears for your gain.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Your father-in-law is coming round to see you. Yes. I passed him in the park arguing with somebody. He gave me good day and asked me to let you know that he was coming.
Maybe Paul here. Sorry to say it again. You sure you're not joking, are you?
No, really.
I'm going to have one last look at Candida before she grows up as no editor.
What a good man. What a thorough, loving soul he is.
Oh, a man ought to be able to be fond of his wife without making a fool of himself about her.
No, Miss Rossi.
Candida here, Candida there, Candida everywhere. It's enough to drive anyone out of senses to hear a perfectly commonplace woman raved about in that absurd manner, simply because she's got good hair and a tolerable figure.
I think her extremely beautiful, Miss Garnett. Extremely beautiful. How fine her eyes are.
How, her eyes are no better than mine. And you know you consider me dowdy and second-rate enough.
Heaven forbid that I should think of any of God's creatures in such a way.
Thank you, that was nice and comforting.
I had no idea you had any feeling against Mrs. Morel.
I have no feeling against her. She's very nice, very good-hearted. And I can appreciate her finer qualities far better than any man can. What? You don't believe me? You think I'm jealous. Oh, what a profound knowledge you have of the human heart, Mr. Lexi Mill. How well you understand the intricacies of woman, don't you? It must be so nice to be a man with a fine, penetrating intellect instead of mere emotions like us. And to know the reasons that we don't share your amorous delusions is that we're all jealous of one another.
Ah, if you women only had the same clue to man's strength that you have to his weakness, there would be no woman questioning Mr. Crossing.
Where did you hear Morel say that? You didn't invent it yourself. You're not clever enough.
That's quite true. I admit to owing him that, as I owe him many spiritual truths. He said it at the annual conference of the Women's Liberal Federation. Allow me to add that though they didn't appreciate it, I, a mere man, did.
Well, when you talk to me, give me your own ideas, such as they are, and not his. You never cut a poorer figure than when you try to imitate him.
I try to follow his example, not to imitate him.
Yes, you do. You imitate him. Why do you carry your umbrella under your left arm instead of in your hand like everyone else? Why do you hurry along with your chin in front of you, that eager look in your eyes? You who never get up before 9:30 in the morning. And why do you say knowledge in church, though you say knowledge in private conversation? Bah, do you think I don't know? Come, set about your work. We've wasted enough time for one morning. Here's a copy of the diary for today.
Thank you.
They told me Mr. Morel was in.
He's upstairs. I'll fetch him for you.
So, you're not the same girl you used to tie on for. Ah. She was much younger. Got on your own, Miss Phil.
Yes, I must be off presently.
Well, don't let me detain you. What I've come about is private between me and Mr. Morel.
I have no intention of intruding, I'm sure, Mr. Burgess. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Alexia, after work, right?
Yes, James.
Yes, well, take my start and wrap it ready for it's off with you.
Spoiling your carrots as usual. James. When I pay a man and his living depends on me, I'll keep him in his place.
Yes, but I always keep my curates in their place. My friends and comrades. If you get as much work out of your clerks and warehouses as I do out of my curates, you must be getting rich pretty fast. Will you take your old share?
Let's have it, James.
Well, when you were here last, 5 years ago, you said the same thing a little more frank. You looked like you were just as big a fool as ever, James.
Well, perhaps I did. But I meant no offense by it. A clergyman is privileged to be a fool every now and then. It's only fitting in your line of work that he should be. But I didn't come here to rake up old trouble, Mark. I mean, let bygones be bygones. Now, James, 3 years ago you done me an ill turn. You done me out of a contract. When I gave you harsh words in my natural disappointment, you turned my look for this. Well, I have come to act the part of a Christian. I forgive you, James.
Confound your impudence.
Is it fitting language for a clergyman, and you so particular too?
No, it's not fitting, man. I used the wrong word. I should have said, damn your impudence. The St. Paul, the other honest priest would have said, do you think I forgot? That tender of yours to the contract to supply clothing to the workhouse.
I was acting in the interest of the ratepayers. It was the lowest bid. You can't deny that.
The lowest bid because you pay worse wages than any other employer. Starvation wages, worse than starvation wages. Your wages would have driven them to the street to keep body and soul together. Those women were my parishioners. So I shamed the guardians out of accepting the tender. I shamed the ratepayers out of letting them do it. I shamed everyone but you. How dare you come here, give me talk about
Easy,
your
James, easy. You don't get all flustered over nothing. I owned I was wrong.
Did you? But I didn't hear you.
Yeah, of course I did. All right. I ask you Forgiveness for the letter I sent there. Is it enough?
That's nothing. You raised the wages.
It's...
What?
I've become a model employer. I don't employ no women no more. They're all sacked. The work is done by machinery. Everyone gets 6 an hour, and the trained ones gets trade union rate. What have you got beside of me now?
There's more joy in heaven than one sinner. Burgess, I probably ask your pardon for my hard past towards you. You must feel better for the change. You're happy. You look happy.
Well, I admit I must, since you notice it. At any rate, it gets my bids accepted by the county council. You won't have nothing to do with me unless I pay. Fair rights, cursing little act.
So that's why you raised the wages.
Why else would I? What do you think, James? You never think of the harm that you do. Put money into the pockets of working men who don't know where to spend it, and taking it away from somebody who might be making a good use of it.
Well, what business do you have with me today? Now they think you're here merely because of family sentiment.
That's it. It's all family sentiment and nothing else.
I don't believe you.
Oh. Don't say that to me, James Mather Morrell.
Say it just as often as may be necessary to convince you that it's true. I don't believe you.
Well, determined to be unfriendly, I suppose I should just leave. Expected to find an unforgiving spirit in you, James. We always got along well enough between, despite our differences of opinion. Why are you so turned against me? I'll tell you why I'm here. Purely on family matters, not wanting to be on bad terms with my own daughter's husband. Come on, be a Christian. Take my hand.
Burgess, do you want to be as welcome here as you were before you lost that contract?
I do, James, I do. Honest.
Then why don't you behave as you did then?
What do you mean?
But I think. You thought me a young fool then.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. And I thought you an old scoundrel.
No, you did not. You do yourself an injustice.
Yes, I did. That did not prevent us from getting on very well together. Eh? God made me what you call a fool, just as he made you what I call a scoundrel. It's not in my nature to quarrel with his handiwork on the one hand any more than the other. So long as you came here honestly, as a self-respecting, thorough, convinced scoundrel, justifying your scoundrelism and proud of it, you're welcome. But I'm not how you stand here sniveling about being a changed man and a model employer. Instead of this code for the case of the county council contract, no. Or a man to be true to himself, even in his weakness. So, how do you take that hat of yours and you go? Chair over there, give me a good scoundrelly reason for wanting to be friends with you. Right. So, out with it.
You are a queer duck, James. There's no denying that. But I'll tell you one. And as I always said, one doesn't take what a clergyman says seriously, or the world wouldn't go round, now would it? And since you want us to be so open and honest with each other, I don't mind telling you, I thought at one point you was a bit of a fool, but I'm beginning to think I was behind the times.
So I can see that at last, are you?
Yeah, times has changed more than I can imagine. 5 years ago, no sensible man would have taken over your thoughts. Still wonder why they let you preach at all. But now, if someone was to offer me £1,000 bet as to to whether or not you would be a bishop, or I will take the one to. You know, you get influential, I can see that. Gotta give you something, James. They've got to. Tell me to shut your mouth. Yes, you had the right estate. You chose the right line. The paying line for a fellow your son.
Well, shake hands first. Now you are speaking honestly. Now, I don't think they'll make me a bishop, but if they do, I promise you I will introduce you to the biggest jobbers I can get to come to my dinner party.
You love your jokes, don't you, James? Come on, tell me. Or quarrel is all made up.
Say yes, James.
I was meant to be through the station, but I sort of lost the time. So engrossed with me.
Oh, hello, Candy. James and me has come to an understanding, an honourable understanding, ain't we, James?
Oh, you don't understand. You made me late for Candida. How did you, how did you,
There. I wasn't alone. Eugene came down yesterday and we travelled up together.
Gee.
Dear boy, he's struggling with my luggage. Go out at once or he'll pay for the cab, and I don't want that. Well, Papa, how are you getting on home?
Oh, the old same breath of living in since you left it, Candy. I wish you'd come round and give that girl a stand talking to you. So, who's this Eugene what come up with you?
Oh, Eugene, one of James's discoveries. We found him sleeping on the embankment last year. Have you noticed our new picture? He gave us that.
Go on. Do you mean to tell me your own father that cab touts and the like off the embankment buys pictures like that? No. That's an odd church picture and James choosed it himself.
Yes, again. And Eugene is not a cab tout.
What is he then? Nobility, I suppose.
Yes, his uncle is a peer, a real-life earl. When James found Eugene on the embankment, he had a 7-day bill for £55 in his pocket. He thought he had to wait till the 7 days were up to cashier. He was too shy to ask for a loan. He's a dear boy. We're very fond of him.
I wouldn't think you'd get a peer servant at Victoria Box Station, unless he was a bit of a flat. I don't stand with that picture, but I can tell it's an high-class, first-rate piece of art, and you must introduce me to this young fellow, even though I can only stay a couple of minutes.
Oh, Mr. Eugene, you can place to stay for a quarter of an hour at the very least. This is my father-in-law, Mr. Burgess, Mr. Marchbanks.
Glad to meet you, sir.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Marchbanks. How's the weather finding you? So, you're not letting my son-in-law put any strange ideas in your head, is it?
Strange ideas? Even his socialism. No.
Good. Well, I must go. There's no helping it. Would you be going my way, Mr. Marchbanks?
Which way is that?
Victoria Park Station. There's a city train at 12:25.
Nonsense. Eugene will stay to lunch with us, I expect.
No.
No. I won't press. I can understand why you'd like to have lunch with my company. I hope someday that you will dine with me in my business club, the Freeman Founders Club in Norton Folgate. Come, say you will.
Thank you. But where is Norton Folgate? Out in the country, isn't it?
Papa, you will lose your train if you do not leave at once. Come back this afternoon and tell Mr. Marchbanks where to find the club.
The country, that's a good one. I'm sorry, Mr. Marchbanks. I just never met anybody who didn't know where Norton Folgate was. Goodbye, Mr. Marchbanks. I hope you are too hard-bred to take my pleasantries in bed form.
Not at all.
Don't talk, Katie. We'll check up on you later. Talk, James.
Oh, must you go?
Don't slip.
you out.
Well, Eugene, what do you think of my father?
I hardly know him yet. He seems to be a very nice.
And you'll go to the Freeman's Founders to dine with him, won't you?
Yes, if it please you.
You know you're a very nice boy, Eugene, even with all of your shyness. I shouldn't have minded if you had laughed at him, but I liked you ever so much better for being kind to him.
The truth lies. I noticed that we said funny. We're so at ease around strangers. I can never see a joke. I'm very sorry.
You big baby, you. You're worse than usual this morning. What made you so melancholy as we traveled up in the cab?
That was nothing. It's just, I was wondering how much I ought to live in the cab. I know it's utterly silly, but you don't know how dreadful such things are to me, or I shrink when I deal with strange people. But it's all right. He touched his hat, beamed all over, and Morel gave him 2 shillings. I was on the point of offering him 10.
Oh, James! James, he was going to give the cabman 10 shillings. 10 shillings for a 3-minute drive. Oh, dear.
Never mind her, Marchbanks. The overpaying instinct is a generous one. Much better than the underpaying instinct, not quite so common.
No. Cowardice. Incompetence. Mrs. Morel is quite right.
Of course she is. Now, I must leave you to James for the moment. I'm sure you are too much of a poet to know that the state a woman finds a house in after she's been gone for 3 weeks is very important to her.
You'll stay for lunch?
No, I mustn't. I can't.
You mean you won't?
No, I should like to. Thank you very much. But.
Bosh! You want to stay, stay. Can't mean to tell me to do anything better to do. Now, if you're shy, go to the park, grab some poetry till 1:30, then come in. We have a good feed.
I should like that very much. But I can't. The truth is, Mrs. Morel told me not to. She said she didn't think you'd ask me to stay for lunch, but if you did, you didn't really want me to. She said I'd understand. I don't. Please don't tell her I told you.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't my suggestion that you take a turn in the park just don't you?
How?
No, I shouldn't do that. Eugene, my bad. In a happy marriage such as ours, there's something very sacred in the return of a wife to her. Now, a good friend or a true noble or sympathetic person is not in the way in such a case, but a chance as it is. And Candida thought that I'd rather not have to go. She was wrong. I'm quite fond of my boy. She wants you to see what a happy thing it is to be married to I am.
Happy? Your marriage? You think that? Believe that?
Well, I know that. La Rochefoucauld said that there were convenient marriages, but no delightful. You don't know the comfort of seeing through the road. Thundering liar, rock cynic like that fellow. Now, off to the park, write your poem, 1:30, sharp, mind, we don't wait for anybody.
No. Stop. I will force you into the light.
Force what?
There is something that must be settled between us.
Yeah.
Now. Before you leave this room,
I wasn't going to leave the room, my dear boy, I thought you were. Well, why don't you sit down here quietly, tell me all about it. And remember, we are friends, need not be afraid that either one of us will be with, but occasionally kind of the other, no matter what we might have to say.
I am not forgetting myself. I am only full of horror. You shall see whether this is the time for patience and kindness. Don't look at me in that self-complacent way. You think yourself stronger than I am, but I shall stagger you if you have a heart in your breast.
Stagger me, boy, out with it.
First, I love your wife.
Of course you do, my little one. Everyone does. They can't help it. I mind it. But, gee, do you think yours is a case of talk about? You're under 20, she's over 30. Doesn't it look rather like a case of talk?
You dare say that of her? You think that way. Love she inspires. It's an insult to her.
To her? Gee, be careful. I'm being patient. I hope to remain patient. Don't force me to show you the indulgence I would show to a child. Be a man.
Let us put aside all that cant. It horrifies me to think of the doses of it she's had to endure all these weary years, during which you have selfishly and blindly sacrificed her to your self-sufficiency. You who have not one thought, one sense in common with her.
She seems to bear it pretty well. You're speaking foolishly. Very, very foolishly. That is a bit of wholesome plain speaking for you.
Do you think that I don't know that? Do you think that the things people behave like fools about are any less real and true than the things that they behave sensibly about? They're more true. They're the only things that are true. You are calm, moderate, because you can see that I'm a fool about your wife. Just as that man who was here before is wise over your socialism, because he can see that you are a fool. Does that prove you wrong? Does your complacent superiority over me prove that I am wrong?
Some devil is putting these words in your mouth. It is easy, terribly easy to shake a man's faith for himself. Take advantage of that to break a man's spirit. That's devil's work. Take care of what you're doing, Eugene.
I know. I am doing it on purpose. I told you I should stagger you.
Listen to me, Eugene. Someday, I hope and trust, you'll be a happy man like that. You will be married, and you'll be working with all your might and valor to make every spot on earth as happy as your own home. You will be making to the kingdom of heaven on earth. Who knows? You could be a pioneer and a master builder while I am but a humble journeyman. I don't think I can't see in you there's a way. And young as you are, those are greater powers than I can ever pretend. I well know that it is in the poet, in the Holy Spirit of man, that God within him is most godlike, making you tremble through that. The great gift of a heavy burden of a poet should be laid upon you.
It does not make me tremble. It is the want of it in others that makes me tremble.
Kindle it in them, in me, and not to extinguish it. In the future, when you are a happy man like I am, I will be a brother in the faith. I will help you to see that God has given us a world nothing but our own folly from being indebted. I shall help you to see that every stroke of your work is sowing happiness into the harvest, that even the most humble shall one day reap. Last, definitely not least, help you see that your wife is happy in her home, and she loves you. In such help context, greatly and always. There's so many things that make us doubt once we let our understanding come. But at home is as if in camp encompassed by an army of doubts. You play the traitor and let them in on it.
Is it like this for her here always? A woman with a great soul, striving for truth and reality and freedom, and being fed on sermons, metaphors, stale speeches, mere rhetoric. Do you think that a woman's soul can survive on your talent for preaching?
That makes it very hard to control myself. And my talent is like yours, insofar that it has any real word. It's the gift of finding words of a divine truth.
It is the gift of gab, nothing more, nothing less. What has your knack of fine talking to do with the truth, any more than playing the organ has? I've never been to your church, but I've been to your political meetings. I've seen you do what's called rousing the crowd to enthusiasm. You excite them until they behave exactly as if they were drunk. And their wives looked on and saw what great fools they were. It's an old story. You'll find it in the Bible. I imagine King David, in his fits of enthusiasm, was very like you. but his wife despised him in her heart.
Leave my house. Do you hear?
Let me alone. Don't touch me. If you strike me, I'll cut myself open there. Take your hands away.
Cowardly, no. Go before you frighten yourself into a fit.
I'm not afraid of you. It is you who are afraid of me.
Certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You think because I shrink from being brutally handled, because I can only cry with rage when I'm met with violence, because I won't fight for your wife like a servant would. All of that makes you think I'm afraid of you, but you're wrong. I haven't got British pluck. I haven't got British cowardice either. I'm not afraid of a clergyman's ideas. I'll fight her ideas. I'll save her from slavery to them. I'll pit my own ideas against them. You are driving me out of the house because you daren't let her choose between your ideas and mine. You are afraid to let me see her again. I'm going.
Wait. Now, don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. When my wife returns, she wants to know why you are gone. I'll tell her you're not to cross our threshold again. She'll have that explained as well. I do not wish to distress her by explaining that you behave like a blackguard.
You shall. You must. Tell her what I said, and how you were strong, manly, shook me, terrier chased me back, and how I shrank, was terrified, and how you called me a sniveling little whelp and put me out of the house. Tell her, or I will. I'll write to her.
Why do you want her to know this?
Because she will understand me, and know that I understand her. If you keep back one word, if you are not willing to lay the truth at her feet, as I am, then you will know to the end of your days that she really belongs to me, not to you. Goodbye.
Stop. I will not tell her.
Either the truth or a lie, you'll have to tell her if I go.
It is sometimes just
Oh,
fine.
I know. To lie? It will be useless. Goodbye, Mr. Clergyman.
Eugene, are you going? Why, dear me, look at you. You certainly are a poet going out in that state. James, look at him. Look at his collar and his tie and his hair. It looks as if someone has been following you. Here, hold still. There. Now you look so nice, I think you ought to stay for lunch after all. Though I told you you shouldn't. You'll be ready in half an hour. Silly.
I'd like to stay, of course. Unless the Bradford gentleman, your husband, is making advance the contrary.
James, shall you stay? He promises to be a good boy and help you lay the table.
Yes. Yes, certainly. He had better.
Come and lay the table. I am the happiest of men.
So was I. An hour ago.
meddling with my typewriter, Mr. Marchbanks, and there isn't any least use in you trying to look as if you hadn't.
I'm very sorry. I only tried to make it right.
Well, you've made this key stick.
I didn't touch the keys. Indeed, I didn't. I only turned this little wheel.
Now I understand. You thought it was a sort of barrel organ, nothing to do but turn the little wheel, and it would write a beautiful love letter straight off for you, eh?
I suppose a machine could be made ready to write love letters. They're all the same, aren't they?
How do I know? Why do you ask me?
I beg your pardon. I thought clever people who can do business and write letters, always have love affairs.
Mr. Marchbanks!
I hope I haven't offended you. Perhaps I shouldn't have alluded to your love affairs.
I don't have any love affairs. How dare you say such a thing?
Really? Oh, then you're shy, like me.
Certainly I am not shy. What do you mean?
You must be. That is the reason why there are so few love affairs. We all go about searching for love. It's the first need of our natures, the loudest cry of our hearts. We dare not utter our longing. We're too shy. Miss Garnett, what would you not give to be without fear, without shame?
Well, upon my word.
Don't say those stupid things to me. They don't deceive me. What use are they? I am just like you, Miss Garnett. Why are you afraid to be your real self?
Like me? Pray, are you trying to flatter me or flatter yourself? I don't feel quite sure which.
Hush. I go out in search of love and find it in unmeasured stores in the bosoms of others. But when I try to ask for it, I stand dumb. Or worse than dumb. Saying foolish things, meaningless lies. And I see the love I'm longing for given to dogs, cats, and pet birds. Because they come and ask for it. It must be asked for. It's like a ghost. It cannot speak unless first spoken to. All the love in the world is longing to speak, only it dare not. It's too shy. Shy. That is the world's tragedy.
Wicked people get over that shyness occasionally, don't they?
Wicked people means people who have no love. Therefore, they have no shame. They have the power to ask for love because they don't need it. They have the power to offer it because they have none to give. But we, people who have love and long to mingle with the love of others, we cannot utter a word. We find that, don't we?
Well, Mr. Marchbanks, you should stop talking like this. I'll leave the room. Really, I will. It isn't proper.
Nothing that's worth saying is proper. I can't understand you, Miss Garnett. What would you have me talk about?
Talk about indifferent things. Talk about the weather.
Would you talk about indifferent things? If a child were left, cried bitterly in hunger.
I suppose not.
Well, I can't talk about indifferent things with my heart crying out in its hunger.
Then hold your tongue.
Well, that's what it always comes to. We hold our tongues. But does that stop the crying of your heart? For it must cry if you have a heart.
It's no use you trying to work with you talking like this. It is no business of yours whether my heart cries not. Though I'd half a mind to tell you for all that.
Well, you needn't. For I already know that it must.
But if you ever say I said so, I'll deny it.
I know. So you haven't the courage to tell him.
Him? Who?
Whoever he is. The man you love. Could be anybody. The curate, Mr. Mill, perhaps.
Mr. Mill. A fine man to break my heart about. No, I'd rather have you than Mr. Mill.
No, you mustn't think that.
Don't be frightened, it isn't you. It isn't anyone in particular.
So, you feel like you could love anybody who offered?
Anybody who offered? Certainly not. What do you take me for?
It's no use. You won't make me, and you real answers. Only those things that everybody says.
Well, if you want original conversation, you best go talk to yourself.
That's what poets do. They talk to themselves and the world overhears them. But it can be terribly lonely not to hear somebody else talk sometimes.
Wait till Mr. Morell comes. He'll talk to you straight off. Oh, what are you making wry faces for? He can talk better than you. He'd talk your little head off.
I understand now
And what do you understand?
your secret. Tell me, is it really possible for a woman to love you?
Well,
No, tell me. I need to know. I must know. I can't understand it. I can see nothing in him but words, pious resolutions, what people call goodness. You can't love that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't understand you.
You do. You lie.
Oh!
You do understand. But you know, is it possible for a woman to love him?
Yes. Oh, what's the matter with you? Raise heaven, here comes someone now.
So this is how they leave you to yourself, is it, Mr. Marchbanks?
Naturally, very. All coming to be company.
James is receiving a deputation in the dining room, and Candy's upstairs educating a young stitching girl she's interested in. She's learning how to read the yellow tweeds. Must be awfully lonesome for you down here with no one but the typist to talk to.
Oh, he'll be all right now that he has the advantage of your polished conversation.
I was not addressing myself to you, young woman, at all, Amelia.
Did you ever see worse manners, Mr. Marchbanks?
Mr. Marchbanks is a gentleman who knows his place, which is more than some people are.
It is well that you and I are not ladies and gentlemen, because I'd talk to you straight off if Mr. Marchbanks wasn't here. Oh, can't be bothered. That letter'll have to be done again. I can't contain myself. Silly old fathead!
Silly old fathead, am I? All right, big girl, all right. You just wait until I tell your employer that. You'll see, I'll teach you, see if I don't.
I'm just...
You already said it, don't say nothing more. Don't say nothing to him, Mr. Marchbanks.
I don't think Miss Garnett meant anything by it.
Oh, didn't I, though, just?
I wouldn't deny, I wouldn't lower myself to talk to her.
That's me.
We can certainly spare ya. Now, we're allowed. Let me give you a hint that I wouldn't give just anybody. How long have you known my son-in-law, James?
I don't know. I've never remembered days. A few months, perhaps.
You ever notice anything queer in him?
No? I don't think so.
That's the one. He's mad.
Mad?
Mad is mad. You keep your eye on him, you'll see.
Surely that's just because of his hint.
Ow! I used to think it was just his opinions. Oh, mind you, opinions can be very dangerous things when people take to acting on them. But that's not what I'm going on about. Do you know what he said to me this morning in this very room? What? He says to me, and this is just as sure as you and I are sitting here, he says to me, I'm a fool. You're a scoundrel. Smooth as can be. Then he shakes my hand on it like it was to my credit. Do you mean to tell me that man is sane?
Get all their names and addresses, Miss Garnett.
Yes, Mr. Morel.
You're very kind. You watch it. James, I'm afraid I must make a complaint. I don't want to, but I feel I must as my, it's a matter of right, duty.
What's the matter?
Now, Mr. Marchbanks here will bear me out. He is my witness. Your young girl so far forgot herself as to call me. She called... She called me a silly old fathead!
Isn't that exact like Frosty? She's so frank she can't contain herself. Poor Frosty.
Did you expect me to take that from the likes of her?
Nonsense. What does it matter? Never mind.
I mean, I don't mind. I'm above that. But is it right? That's what I want to know. Is it right?
Well, that's a church, a question for the church, not the laity. Yeah, but it hasn't done you any harm. That's my question to you. Of course it hasn't. So don't think any more of it.
What did I tell you? Crazy as a loon. Woo. What time is supper, James?
Not for half an hour yet.
Be a good fella. Pick out a nice book for me to read by the fire.
Not for right. What kind of book? A good one?
Not a good one. Something pleasant. Just a pass the time.
I do.
James?
Candida will be down to entertain you presently. She's just got rid of her pupil and is filling the rounds.
But that will soil her hands. I can't bear it. I'll go and do it.
You better not. She only said to do cleaning my boots, keep me from having to do it myself in the morning.
Come now, James. You keep a servant now, don't you?
Oh yes, but she's not a slave. House looks as if we kept 3. That means everyone has to do their part. It's not bad. Oscar and I can discuss business while we're doing the washing up after breakfast. Washing up, there's no trouble. There's 2 people to do it.
Do you think that every woman is as coarse-grained as Miss Garnett?
Quite right. She is quite coarse-grained.
Marchbank,
Yes.
how many servants did your father keep?
I don't know.
So many that you don't know. Yet when there's anything coarse-grained to be done, you bring it out and throw it on somebody else. It's one of the great facts of your existence, isn't it?
Don't torture me. The one great fact now is that your wife's beautiful fingers are dabbling in paraffin oil. You are sitting here preaching about it. Everlasting preaching, preaching, words, words, words.
Definitely better at you right there, James. Ah! Oh, right.
Eugene, if you stay with us, I think I shall hand the lamps over to you.
I will stay, on the condition that you hand over all the rough work to me.
That's very gallant of you, but I think I should like to see how you do the work first. James, you have not been looking after the household properly.
What have I done or not done at all?
My own particular pet scrubbing brush has been used for shoe blackening.
Oh!
Eugene, are you all right?
Yes, it's just
On you?
the horror, horror, horror.
Ah, got the auras, do you? That's bad for a man your age. Now listen here. We've got to lay off the drinking gradually.
Nonsense, Papa. He means poetic horror. Isn't that right, Eugene?
Oh, poetical auras, is it? No offense, I'm sure.
Eugene, is it the scrubbing brush? Well, never mind. Would you like to present me with a brand new one? With an ivory back inlaid with mother of pearl?
No! No. Not a scrubbing brush, but a boat. A tiny shallop to sail away in, far from this world, where the marble floors are washed by the rain and dried by the sun, where the south winds dust beautiful green and purple carpets. A chariot to carry us up into the sky, where the lamps are stars and don't need to be filled with paraffin oil every day.
And where there is nothing to do but be idle, selfish, and useless.
Oh, James, how could you ruin it?
Yes, to be idle, selfish, and useless. Hasn't every man desired that for the woman that he loves? That's my idea. What's yours? And all these other dreadful people who live in these hideous rows of houses? Sermons and scrubbing brushes. With you to preach the sermons and your wife to scrub.
Eugene, you know that James cleans the boots, and you will have to clean them tomorrow for saying that about him.
Don't talk about boots. Your feet should be beautiful on the mountains.
My feet would not be beautiful on the Hackney Road without boots.
Oh, Candy, don't be vulgar now. Mr. Morspang's only accustomed to it. You give the auras again. Those poetical ones.
Reply paid, the boy's waiting. Maria's ready for you in the kitchen now, Mrs. Morel. The onions have come.
Onions?
Yes, and not even Spanish ones. Nasty little red ones. Here, come help me slice them.
You know, Candy shouldn't order handle a peer servant like that. It's going too far. Look here, James. Do you often get taken queer like that?
I don't know.
He does talk pretty. Always had a turn for poetry myself. That's what Candy takes after me. She used to have me making up fairy tales when she was a little girl, not that tall.
Used you to make up fairy stories out of your own head. I wouldn't have thought you had it in you. I guess I should tell you since you've taken such a fancy to Mr. Marchbanks. He's mad.
What, him too?
Mad as a March hare. He did frighten me that time just before you came in, I tell you. Haven't you noticed the queer things he says?
That's what the poetical auras is. Mind you, it did come into my mind once or twice. He must be off his chump. Ah, what a pretty asylum this is for a man to be in with no one but you to take care of him.
Yes, it would be so dreadful if anything were to happen to you.
Don't you address no remarks to me, young woman. You tell your employer I've gone out for a smoke.
Boo.
Ah, James, I'm going for a turn in the garden for a smoke. Ah.
Right. Miss Arnett, why calling my father an object? Yeah, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Well, he is a silly old fathead, isn't he?
They keep asking me, I'm like, no, I'm not worried. It causes me stress. I'm not affectionate. And I would just obsess over it afterwards. And what did I do wrong? I don't need to know. It's fine. Yeah.
commercial. On the back of your program is a list of everything we're going to do here from now until Thanksgiving or so. But what I'd like to talk about are the next two things coming in. Now, opening next Friday and running for 2 weekends only and just one matinee, 5 performances, is the second in our series on the comedy genius of. Now, the first in our series was Mark the Comedy Genius of Mark Twain, which we did in May, and it was a huge success. Well, now we're going to do the comedy genius of Robert Benchley. And I chose Robert Benchley because he's just about as far away from Mark Twain as you can get humor-wise. He's a very funny man, but he was born in Massachusetts. He was Harvard educated. He and Dorothy Parker were roommates, office mates when they worked for the Vanity Fair magazine. They were instrumental in starting up the Algonquin Round Table, which was a table at the restaurant at the Algonquin Hotel where literary figures met to exchange witticisms. That went on for about 15 years. Eventually, Robert Benchley went to Hollywood and made his living writing and starring in comic two-reelers. Now, his humor is very self-deprecating, very gentle. And he was a man befuddled by the world around him. Where today we may be befuddled by computers and GPSs or cell phones, he was befuddled by elevators or refrigerators or automobiles. So, what he did in Hollywood is he wrote these two reelers, and they were very simple lectures on how to do very simple things: how to eat, how to sleep, how to vote, how to be competitive, how to pay your taxes. And he won an Academy Award in 1935 for his two-reeler, How to Sleep. So, that opens up next Friday, and it only runs for 5 performances. And I've got the same people back that did the Mark Twain show. So I've got Nell Summers, I've got Drew Kallen, I've got Tony Exton, and myself. And that'll be the comedy genius of Robert Benchley. I promise you it'll be a very charming night. Now, after 2 weekends, the very last weekend of July, we're going to be opening up our next play. And that'll be an evening of one-act plays by Alan Alexander Milne, A.A. Milne, who you know as the creator of Winnie the Pooh. Now, Milne, along with Shaw, along with J.M. Barrie, who wrote Peter Pan, they were the 3 preeminent playwrights of the 19-teens and 1920s. And he didn't write, Milne didn't write Winnie the Pooh until the late 20s, early 30s. And actually he grew to resent Winnie the Pooh because he was afraid that was the only thing he remembered for. Well, turns out he was pretty much right. But it doesn't change the fact that the plays he wrote are just charming little gems. They're for adults, they're not for children, but they have the same positive outlook on life, and they're just full of surprises. So I picked out 3 of them. Last year we did the Dover Road, and the audience enjoyed it so much, and the cast enjoyed performing it so much, I decided to go back and do some more building. And I guarantee you will not guess how any of those 3 plays turn out. They're just full of surprises. So that'll be the last weekend of July, and then through the month of August. An evening of one act by A.A. Milne. Make plans for it. Now, man died, appeared before St. Peter. St. Peter says, well, looking through your records, it doesn't seem you've done anything really bad, but it doesn't seem you've done anything really good either. Now, maybe what we have here is incomplete. Have you done anything really good in your life? The man said, well, I was driving, and I saw a young girl being harassed by a gang of motorcyclists. So I pulled over, and I got out my tire iron, and I went up to the leader of the gang, a big ugly guy with a chain from his nose to his ear, and I ripped out the chain, and I hit him in the back of the head with the tire iron. And I said, all right now, leave this girl alone. And if anybody wants to know the meaning of pain, I'm here to teach it to you. St. Peter said, wow. Really? When did this happen? The man said, about 5 minutes ago. All right. second half of George Bernard Shaw's Candida.
Where's Eugene?
Cleaning his hands under the tap in the scullery. I think he would make an excellent cook if he'd just get over his fear of Maria.
No doubt.
Dear, let me look at you. Turn your face to the light. My boy is not looking well. Has he been overworking?
I know more than usual.
Looks tired and pale and gray and old. It's enough writing for tonight. Leave it for Frosty to finish tomorrow. Talk to me. I must be talked to sometimes. There. You look better already. Now, dear, you must give up this tiresome overworking. Going out to lecture and talk every night. Of course, what you say is very true and very right. It does no good. Nobody listens to you. Of course, they agree with you. What use is agreeing if they do the complete opposite as soon as your back is turned? Look at our congregation at St. Dominic's. Now, why do they come to listen to you talk about Christianity every Sunday? Well, I'll tell you. It's because they're so busy with business and money-making for 6 days that they want to come and rest and forget all about it on the 7th so they can go back and make money harder than ever. You absolutely help them instead of hinder them.
You know that I blow them up sound. If there's nothing more in their church going than rest of their version, then why don't they do something more amusing, something more self-indulgent? That's what some would. In fact, they prefer St. Dominic's to worst places on Sunday.
The worst places aren't open. And if they were, they wouldn't dare be seen going into them.
Right.
Besides, darling, you preach so beautifully. It's as good as going to a play for them. Why do you think the women are so enthusiastic? I know you, silly boy. You think it's your religion and your socialism. But if it were, why wouldn't they do what you say instead of just coming to look at you? They all have Prossy's complaint.
Prossy's complaint? What do you mean?
Yes, Prosy. And every secretary you've ever had. Why does Prosy condescend to clean up and peel potatoes and abase herself in all manners of ways for 6 shillings less than she made at the city office? Well, I'll tell you, because she's in love with you. They all are. And you preach so beautifully, you're in love with preaching, and you think all the enthusiasm is for the kingdom of heaven on earth, and so do they, you silly boy.
Dreadful, with soul-destroying cynicism. Yes. Can it be jealous?
Yes, I feel a little jealous sometimes.
What a cross.
No. I don't feel jealous of anyone. I feel jealous for someone else who's not loved as they ought to be.
Me.
You. Why, you are spoiled with love and worship. I think you get far more than is good for you. No, I mean Eugene. Yes, it seems unfair that all the love should go to you and none to him, though he needs it so much more than you do. Are you all right, dear?
I'm fine, but you know I have perfect confidence.
You vain thing. Are you so sure of your irresistible attractions?
You're shocking me. I don't thought of my attraction. I thought of Your goodness, your purity, it's that I confide in.
What a nasty, uncomfortable thing to say to me. You are a clergyman, James. A thorough clergyman.
So Eugene said.
He's always right. You know, I have grown fonder and fonder of him the whole time I was away. You know, James, although he is unaware of himself, he's about to fall madly in love with me.
He's unaware of himself, isn't he?
Absolutely. I'm sure one day, when he's older and experienced like you, he'll know that I must have known. I wonder what he will think of me then.
How will he prosper? How will he become?
Well, that will depend.
And
Yes, on what happens to him, and how he comes to learn about love, on what sort of woman teaches it to him.
no, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, you see, if it's a good woman, it'll be all right. He will forgive me. But suppose he learns from one of those bad women, as so many men do, especially poetical men who think that all women are angels. He only learns the true value of love once he's thrown it away and based himself on his own ignorance. What do you think he'll think of me then? Will he forgive me?
If you for what?
Don't you understand, James? For abandoning him to the bad women. For not teaching him myself for my goodness and purity, as you call it. How will you understand, James? You talk about my goodness and purity, but I'd give them both to you, James, as quickly as I would give my shawl to the bed of dying of cold if there's nothing to restrain me. James, put your trust in my love for you. For if that was gone, I should care very little for your sermons. Mere words and phrases you use to cheat yourself and others every day.
His words.
Whose words?
Eugene's.
He's always right. He understands you. He understands me. He understands Prosy. And you, James, understand nothing.
How could you bear to... Could you put a grappling iron in my heart and give me that kiss?
James, what's the matter?
Don't touch me.
James.
Is anything the matter?
Nothing but this. Either you were right this morning or Candida is mad.
Candyland too? Oh.
Only shocked, are you? How conventional all of you unconventional people are.
Now behave yourself, Candy. What will Mr. Marchbanks think?
This comes from James teaching me to think for myself and to never hold back and appeal what others may think. What's beautiful is when you think the same things that James does. But I've just thought something different. Look at him. Just look.
Well, James, you ain't as impressive looking as usual.
I suppose not. Dreadfully sorry. I'm not aware of making a fuss. Well,
Oh.
Eugene, did the onions make you cry?
No. Not the onions. Your cruelty. I hate cruelty. It's a horrible thing to see one person make another suffer.
Have I been cruel? Did I make it slice the nasty little red onions?
Stop. Stop. I don't mean myself. You've made him suffer terribly. I feel his pain. My own heart. I know that it is not your fault. It's something that must happen. You don't make light of it. I shudder when you torture him and laugh.
Torture James? Nonsense, Eugene. You exaggerate. James, let's not write him for tonight. Come and talk to us.
no, I can't talk. I can only preach.
Well, come and preach then.
Ah, Candy, I need
How do you do, Mrs. Cornell? So glad to see you back again.
Oh, thank you, Lexi. Have you met Eugene?
Oh, yes. How do you do, Marchbanks?
Very well.
James, I've just come from the field to see Matthew.
They are in the greatest consternation about your telegram. There's nothing wrong, is there?
What did you telegraph about, James?
He was to have spoken to them tonight. They've taken the large hall on Mare Street and spent a lot of money on posters. His telegram was to say he couldn't come. It came on them like a thunderbolt.
Given up an engagement to speak?
First time it's law for a bet, isn't it, Candida?
They decided to send an urgent telegram to you, asking whether you could not change your mind. Have you received it?
Yes, I got it.
It was, replied Paige.
Yes, I know, I asked. I can't go.
Why not, James?
Because I don't choose. These people think that I'm a machine turned on for their pleasure, even every evening of my life. Not to have one night at home with my family and my friends.
Well, you know, James,
Tomorrow you have a bout of bad conscience.
and I shall have to suffer for that.
I know, of course, they make the most unreasonable demands on you, but they have been telegraphing all over the place for another speaker, and they can get nobody but the president of the Agnostic League.
He is an excellent fellow. What let me do it?
Oh, but he always insists so powerfully on the separation of socialism from Christianity. He won't undo all the good we've been doing. Of course, you know best, but
James, do go. We'll all go.
Indeed. I say we stay right here nice and comfy by the fire. We don't need to be but a couple of hours away.
You will be just as comfortable at the meeting. We'll all sit on the platform and be great people.
No, no. Everybody will stare at us. I'll sit in the back of the room.
Don't be afraid. They'll be too busy looking at James to notice you.
Tossies who make a
Yes.
Crosby's complaint. What are you talking about, Jack?
Miss Garnett.
Yes, Mr. Morrell, coming.
Mr. Miller, what's Crosby's complaint? What's wrong with her?
well, I don't exactly know. But she did speak very strangely to me this morning. I'm afraid she's a little out of her mind sometimes.
She must be catching. Four in the same house.
Yes, Mr. Morrell, what is it?
Yes, a telegram to go to St. Matthew.
Don't they expect you?
Burgess, you're not coming?
Oh, don't put it like that, James. It's just, well, it's not even Sunday.
That's fine. I thought you might like to meet the chairman. He's the Works Committee of the County Council or something. He feels sort of a contract. Will you come?
Well, of course I will, James. Always a pleasure to hear you speak.
And I shall need someone to take some notes, Miss Conrad, otherwise engaged. You're coming next week, of course?
Certainly.
We're all coming, James.
No. No, you are not coming, Eugene. You shall stay here and entertain him to celebrate the return home.
And James.
You don't. He's not one of the kind. Don't bother yourself. Plenty of people without you. Your seat shall be wanted by unconverted people who've never heard of you before.
Wouldn't you like to come, Eugene?
I think I should find it very difficult to let myself go, Eugene. It's so critical of my son. And he knows I'm afraid, but he told me so much himself this morning, so I shall show him how afraid I am of leaving him here in your custody.
That's brave. That's beautiful.
James, what's the matter? I can't understand.
I have a desire to understand.
Every poet who's ever lived has put that thought to a sonnet. You must. You cannot help it. You find that, don't you? Mrs. Morrell,
Huh?
Find that doctor.
Yes. Please go on, Eugene. I'm longing to hear what happens to the angel.
I beg your pardon for boring you.
Oh, I assure you, you are not boring me. Please go on, do.
I finished the one about the angel in a quarter of an hour. I've read you several things since.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think the poker must have fascinated me.
It made me terribly uneasy.
Oh, I wish you had told me. I would put it away at once.
I was afraid of making new ones as well. Looked as if it were a weapon. If I were a hero of old, I should have laid my drawn sword between us. If the run would come in, you would have thought you had taken up the poker, because there was no sword between us.
What? I'm sorry, I can't quite follow. Your sonnets are perfectly adult to me. I want to talk.
No, I mustn't talk. I'll go for a turn in the park.
Nonsense. The park has been closed long ago. Come, talk moonshine to me as you usually do. I want to be amused. Don't you?
Yes.
Come along.
I've been miserable all evening because I was doing right. But now, I'm doing wrong. I'm happy.
Yes, I'm sure you feel a great grown-up wicked deceiver. Quite proud of yourself, aren't you?
Take care. I'm ever so much older than you if you only knew. May I say some little things to you?
No. But you may say anything that you really and truly feel, as long as it is your real, true self that says it, not mere attitude. Weak attitude, or a gallant attitude, or even a poetic attitude. I hold you on your honor and truth. Now, what have you to say to me?
No, I can't say anything. All the words I know belong to one attitude or another. All except one.
And what word is that?
Candida, 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 Candida. I must say that now because you put me on my honor and truth. I never think Mrs. Morel. It's always Candida.
Yes, of course. But what have you to say to Candida?
Nothing. But to repeat your name 1,000 times, don't you feel that every time it's a credit to you?
Does it make you happy to be able to pray?
Yes, very happy.
Well, that happiness is the answer to your prayers. Could you ask for anything more?
No. I've come into heaven where wants is unknown.
Oh, dear, you startled me. I was so taken up with Eugene, I didn't hear your key in the latch. How did the meeting go? Did you speak well?
I spoke better in my life.
Wonderful. How was the collection?
You know I forgot to ask.
He must have spoken well, or we would have never forgotten that. Where are the others?
They got away long ago. I thought you'd never escape them. They're out having supper something.
Well, then Maria can go to bed. I will tell her.
Well,
Did anything tell?
only that I have been making a fool of myself in the private, whilst you've been making a fool of yourself in the public.
Probably the same way I
In the very, very, very same way, I was playing the good man just like you. When you began your heroics about leaving me here with Candida,
Oh,
yes, I've gotten that far at least. Heroics are infectious. I caught the disease from you. I vowed not to say a word in your absence that I would not have said a month ago in your presence.
did you keep your oath?
I was asked enough to keep it until about 10 minutes ago. Up until that point, I mean, I'm desperately reading my poems, anybody's poems, anything to stave off conversation. I'm standing outside the gates of heaven, ready to go in. You can't think of how heroic it was, and how uncomfortable. And then, she couldn't bear being read to any longer.
When you approached the gate of heaven at last.
Yes.
Well, speak, man. You have anything for.
Then she became an angel. And there was a flaming sword that turned every way. And I couldn't go on. For I saw that that gate was really the gate of hell.
She repulsed you.
No! If she had done that, I would have never seen that I was in heaven already. Virtuous indignation. You are not worthy to live in the same world with her.
You think you make yourself more worthy by reviling Eugene?
Here ended the 1001st lesson. I don't think very much of your preaching at all. I think I can do it better myself. The man I want to meet is the man that came to the man. To be we. I don't mean Reverend James Maver Morrell, moralist and windbag. I mean the real man. That Reverend James must have hidden somewhere in that black coat. You can't make a woman like Candida love you merely by buttoning your collar on the back instead of the front.
When Candida promised to marry, I was the same moralist and windbag you now see. I wore my black coat, my collar was buttoned from behind instead of in front. You think she would love me any the better for being insincere in my profession?
She forgave you, just as she forgives me for being coward, well, and all the rest of it. A woman like that has divine insight. She sees our souls, not our vanities, follies, illusion, or our collars, coats, or any of the other rags and tatters we are rolled up in. What I want to know is how you got past the flaming sword that stopped me.
Well, perhaps, because I was not interrupted at the end of 10 minutes.
What?
A man may climb to the highest summits, but he cannot dwell there long.
It is false. He can dwell there always. There only. It is in the other moments that he can find no rest, no sense of the silent glory of life. Where would you have me spend my moments if not on the summits?
In the scullery, slicing onions and filling lamps.
Or at the pulpit, scrubbing cheap earthenware souls?
Yes, there too. It was there when I won my golden moment, and the right in that moment to ask her to love me. No. The moment of credit, nor did I use it to steal another man's happiness. No.
I imagine you conducted the transaction as honestly as if you were buying a pound of cheese. I could only go to her as a beggar.
Dying of the cold, asking for a stall.
Yes. Thank you for touching up my poetry. A beggar dying of cold asking for a shawl.
She refused. Shall I tell you why she refused? I can't tell you why.
She didn't refuse!
Ah!
She offered me all I chose to ask for. Her shawl, the wreath of stars on her head, the lilies in her hand, the crescent moon beneath her feet.
Out with it, man! My wife is my wife. I want no more of your poetic fripperies. No, well, if I've lost her love and you gained no long enough for mine.
Catch me by the shirt collar, Morale. She will arrange it for me as she did this morning. I shall feel her hands touch me.
Hey, you know how dangerous it is to say that to me. I have something to make you brave.
I'm not afraid now. I disliked you before, and that is why I shrank from your touch. But I saw today, when she tortured you, that you loved her. Since then, I have been your friend. You may strangle me if you like.
This is not a heartless lie, but a very spark of human feeling that you must tell me what has happened during my absence.
This happened with a flaming sword. Plain prose. I loved her so exquisitely that I wanted nothing else in all the world but to be in such love. And before I had time to come down from the high summits, you came.
But you're still unsettled. Still the misery of doubt.
Misery? I'm the happiest of men. I desire nothing now but happiness. Let us both give her up. Why should she choose between a wretched little nervous disease like me and a pig-headed parson like you? Let us go on a pilgrimage, you to the east, I to the west, in search of a worthy lover for her. Some beautiful archangel with purple wings.
Some fiddlesticks. She's mad enough to leave you for you. Who will protect her? Who will work for her? Who will help her? Who will be father to her children?
She does not ask those silly questions. It is she who wants someone to help and to protect and to work for. To give her children to help and to protect and to work for. Some grown-up man who's become like a little child again. You fool, you triple fool. I am that man, Morel. I am that man. You do not know what a woman is. Send for her, Morel. Send for her and let her choose between us. What on earth are you at, Eugene? James and I were having preaching lunch, and he was getting the worst of it.
You have been annoying him, and I will not have it. Do you hear, Eugene? I will protect him.
Protect?
What have you been saying?
Nothing.
Eugene, nothing?
I mean, I'll let him alone. I won't do it.
Me alone? You said...
Here, let me handle this.
Are you angry with me?
Yes, I am very angry with you. I have a great mind to pack you out of this house.
Gently, Candida, gently. I can't take care of myself.
Yes, I know, of course, dear. But you shouldn't be making miserable and alone.
I'll go.
You needn't go. I can't turn you out at this time of night. It's a shame.
But what have I done?
I know what you've done, as well as if I'd been here myself. You are like a child. You cannot hold your tongue. It's unworthy.
I would die 1,000 times over sooner than give you a moment's pain.
Much good your dying will do me.
Candida, this altercation is hardly seeming. This is a matter between two men, and I'm the right person to settle.
2 men? You call that a man? Bad boy.
If I'm to be scolded like this, I must make a boy's excuse. He began it. And he's bigger than me.
That can't be true. You didn't begin it, did you, James?
Oh, no, you began it this morning. The other point is true. I am certainly the bigger of the two. I hope the stronger. This is why you should leave this matter in mind.
Yes, dear, of course, but I can't understand about this morning.
You need not understand.
Oh, here they are.
She's angry with me. She hates me. What shall I do?
My head is spinning. Begin to laugh presently.
No, she'll think I've thrown you into hysterics. Don't laugh.
Morel, I must congratulate you. What a noble, splendid, inspired address you gave us, and you surpassed yourself.
That you did, James. Kept me awake almost to the last word. Didn't it, Miss Garnet?
I wasn't minding you. I was trying to take notes.
Did I speak too
Oh,
fast, Ross?
much too fast. You know I can't do more than 100 words a minute. Oh.
Yes, but have you all had supper?
Mr. Burgess has been kind enough to give us a really splendid supper at the Belgrade.
Now, don't say another word about it. You was heartily welcome to my little...
We had champagne. I'd never tasted it before. And I feel giddy.
Champagne supper, well, how handsome. I suppose it was my eloquence that brought on all this extravagance.
Your eloquence and Mr. Burgess's goodness of heart. And what a very fine devil the German is, Morel. He came to supper with us.
Good jam. Now I understand.
Who will have lemonade?
Yes.
You know our rules. Total abstinence.
I'm afraid we're a little late for that, my dear. They've all had champagne. Frost has broken her pledge.
You're not going to say that you have been drinking champagne too.
Yes, I have. I'm a beer teetotaler, not a champagne teetotaler. I don't like beer. Any more letters for tonight, Mr. Morel?
No.
Then I shall say good night.
But had I not better see you home, Miss Garnet?
Oh no, I shan't trust myself with anyone tonight. I wish I hadn't taken any of that stuff.
Stuff indeed. That girl don't know what champagne is. Pommery and Greeno at 12 and 6 thought she had 2 glasses straight off.
Go and look after her, Betty.
But if she should really be, suppose she began to sing in the street or anything of that sort.
Just so, she may. That is why you should see her safely home.
Yes, please do. There's a good fellow.
It is evidently my duty to go. I hope it may not be necessary. Good night, Mrs. Morel. Good night.
He was gushing with a little extra piety himself after the first few sips. People can't drink like they used to. Well, I suppose it's about time for locking up, James? Mr. Marchbanks, will I have the pleasure of your company for a bit of the way out?
Yes, I'd better be going too.
You are not leaving yet. Sit down. Mr. Marchbank, please say that I feel it does not.
I'll say good night, Candy. So, James. Mr. Marchbanks, make sure they gives you a night light by your bed in case you wake up in the middle of the night with a touch of that conditioning oil.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Mr. Burgess. Good night.
So, when a body meets a body, coming through the ride.
Stay here, dear. I'll put Papa's coat on for him.
There's going to be a terrible scene. Aren't you afraid?
Not the least.
Never envied your courage before. Stand by me, won't you?
He's sure himself, Eugene. She must choose between us now.
Are you sorry?
Yes, heartbroken.
Well, then you are forgiven. Now go off to bed like a good little boy. I want to talk to James about you.
I can't do that, Morel. I must be here. Tell her.
Tell me what?
I have nothing to tell her. She's my greatest treasure on earth. She is truly mine.
I'm sure Eugene can say no less if that is all.
She's laughing at us, Morel.
There's nothing to laugh at. You're not laughing, Candida.
Well, Eugene It is very witty. I should like to laugh. I'm not sure I shan't be very angry.
Stop, Morel. Don't let us say anything.
You don't mean that as a threat, do you, Candida?
Take care, James. Eugene, I asked you to go. Are you going?
And he should not go. I wish him to remain.
I'll go. I'll do whatever you...
Stop! Didn't you hear James say that he wanted you to stay? James is master here, don't you know that?
By what right is he master?
Tell him, James.
But I don't know of any right to be master. I assert no such right.
You don't know? Oh, James. Eugene, do you know? No, you're too young. Well, then I will give you stay to leave. To stay and learn. James, what's the matter? Tell me.
Don't.
Out with it.
Candida, I meant to prepare your mind carefully so as to prevent misunderstanding.
Don't worry, dear. I shan't misunderstand.
Well, Eugene declared that you are another.
No! No, never! I did not, Mrs. Morel. It's not true. I said that I loved you, and he didn't. I said that I understood you, and he couldn't. It was not after what passed before the fire that I spoke. It was not on my word. It was this morning.
This morning.
Yes. That's what was the matter with my heart.
James, you didn't.
You know that I have a temper stroke. And you said that you despise me in your heart.
Did you say that?
No.
Then James is telling me a falsehood? Is that true?
No. It was David's wife, and it wasn't at home. It was when she saw him dancing before the people.
Dancing before the people. I think he was moving them with his mission, and they were already suffering from Trossey's complaint. I'm not trying to look indignant.
Try.
Eugene is right. You yourself said a few hours after. He's always right. You're not saying you did not say it better yourself. He's the poet. He sees everything, and the poet part understands nothing.
Do you mind what's said by a foolish boy because I said something like it to gain interest?
That foolish boy can speak of the inspiration of a child and the cunning of a serpent. He has claimed that I have lost your love and he has gained it. Rightly or wrongly, I come to believe it's true. But I will not go about suffering doubts and suspicions. I will not let him do a keep a secret from you. I will not suffer the intolerable indignity of jealousy. We have decided, he and I, that we should choose between us now. I wait your decision.
Oh. I have to choose, Emma. I suppose it's quite decided that I must belong to one or the other.
Okay. You must choose definitely.
You don't understand. She means that she belongs to herself.
I mean that and a great deal more, Master Eugene. Well, my lords and masters, it seems that I'm up for auction. What do you have for my bid? James? Oh, James.
Stop. Stop. You mustn't let her see that you suffer. I'm on the rack too, but I'm not crying.
Well, you're right. It's not for pity that I am doing.
I'm sorry, James. I didn't mean to touch you. I'm waiting to hear your bid.
Okay. I have nothing at all. Except not strength more likely more of a position for you. Or it becomes a man's offer to the woman.
And you, Eugene, I offer my weakness, my desolation, my heart's need. That is a very good thing, Eugene. Now I know how to make my decision. Coward.
I choose the weaker of the two.
Accept your decision.
Did you understand, Eugene?
He cannot bear the burden.
Me.
Come, let's talk it over like three friends. Eugene, you sit over there. Come, sit with me, dear. Eugene, do you remember what you told me about yourself? How no one has loved you since your dear nurse died. How your clever, fashionable sisters and successful brothers have always been your mother and father's parents. How miserable you were at Eton. And your father's almost starved you to return to Oxford. And had lived without welcome or refuge. You really always disliked and misunderstood. Poor boy.
I had my books. Had nature. And at last I met you.
Let's set that aside for a moment. I want you to take a look at this boy here. My boy. Spoiled from the cradle. Once a fortnight, we go to visit James's parents. You should come with us, Eugene, and see the pictures of the hero of the household. James is the baby, the most wonderful of all babies. James with his first school ride won the right old age of 8. James as captain of his 11. James in his first frock coat. James in all sorts of wonderful circumstances. You know how strong he is. I hope you didn't hurt you. You know how clever he is. How happy. Ask James's mother and 3 sisters what it cost to make sure that James's own repairs will be strong and clever and happy. Ask me what it cost to be James's mother and 3 sisters and wife and mother to his children before they were born. Ask Frosty and Maria what it cost to run the household, when we have no one to help us slice the onions. Ask the tradesmen who come and try to ruin James's beautiful servants who is intense and white. I stand sentinel always. Keep the vulgar little cares out. I built a castle of comfort and boldness in my family. I made James master it. But does not know it. The moment does not tell you how the king said it. And when he thought I might run away with you, his only concern was what would happen to me. And to tempt me to stay off me, his strength in my defense, his industry in my livelihood, his positions, my dignity, I am ruining your beautiful sentences and phrases, am I not, darling?
It's not true. I am beautiful. Work your hands, love your heart. I like some of all of them.
Eugene, am I your mother and sisters?
No. Never. Out and into the night.
You can't go like that.
I know the hour and the strengths. I'm eager to do what's better.
with a new branch.
He has lived to live without happiness.
I no longer desire happiness. Life is nobler than that. Parson James, I give you my happiness with both hands. I love you because you have filled both part of my love. Goodbye.
Eugene, one more thing. How old are you?
As old as the world now. This morning I was 18. 18.
Will you do me a favor? Will you take the two sentences I'm about to say to you and make a poem of them? Repeat yourself whenever you think of them.
Yes, said sentences.
When I'm 30, she will be 45. When I'm 60, she will be 75.
In 100 years, we can say this. But I have a better secret than that. In my heart. Out then, into the night with me.
Goodbye. Oh, James.